What's up, fam? It's your boy Kirk, and we are back with the first of what I hope to be a series or a playlist of videos on the channel, how it all works. I want to take you through my full production setup for church. I'm hoping to come up with more specific videos for church. And so in this video, we're going to go over what we do in Ecamm, what we do in StreamYard, our full audio video studio setup, and what we do for production. We're even going to throw in a new piece called AltarLive, which is a new platform for engagement that we've just started using at our church. And we think that it's something that other people should know about as well. So without any further ado, let's figure out how it all works. I'm Kirk Nugent, and I teach small businesses, entrepreneurs, and faith-based entities how to simplify live video mechanics to shine a floodlight on their brand. And in this video, we're going to be talking about church production. I did a series on the channel called My Livestream Setup, and a lot of people were like, it looks like your live stream setup is for church, and it was. And so here I'm actually going to mash up all of that stuff together so that you can see the full picture, and I hope that it's not a 45-minute video. So let's get into it right now. So here we are on my desktop, and we're looking at Canva. I design all my stuff in Canva, and we launched a new design for the anniversary of virtual church. We've been doing virtual church for a year now. So we did a new design, we did a new intro video, outro video, and we even did a anniversary video. So cool stuff. But this is the background. This is an alternative background, and those white squares allow for you to have the two videos that are on screen to have a little frame around them. So when you design that in the background, it really does allow you to make good use of the background, right? So as long as you know you're going to have two cameras, in our case, it's our pastor and the praise and worship leader, or the pastor and the guest speaker. If you know you're going to have that, then this is the look that we have designed for that. This is the general overlay that we have designed for StreamYard. This green area I will cut out using a process that I've shown you before in previous videos for preview on a Mac computer. You use preview to cut out that green section, and so that becomes the area where the camera is in StreamYard. So this becomes an overlay that you place over top of a camera. And so this is our pastor's name, Alfonso Green. This is our praise and worship leader's name, Ebony Marks. And this is our guest speaker's name, Pastor or Dr. Myron Edmonds. And we have the Bridge website and the Facebook and YouTube logos there. So that's what the design looks like. So let's make our way over to StreamYard. In StreamYard, I usually name myself the name of the praise and worship leader. In this case, Ebony Marks, and I name, add in the Bridge Band, because I want people to know what you're seeing and hearing from this square in StreamYard is the band and our lead vocalist. So that's what that looks like there. But I want to show you a couple of quick things, and that's really all we do in StreamYard, is to make sure that some of these settings are right. So in the camera section, depending on what's happening, if it's a pre-recorded Sabbath or if it's a live Sabbath, we would select the ATEM Mini if it's a live Sabbath. We use the ATEM Mini when we're live. When it's pre-recorded, I would select Ecamm Live Virtual Camera. So we would use Ecamm Live's virtual camera to play the videos into StreamYard when we are on a pre-recorded Sabbath. So I'm going to show you all of that stuff. Don't worry about it. But I wanted to make sure you see that here. We would select either the ATEM Mini as our camera, or we would select Ecamm Live as our camera. And then for audio, we select Ecamm Out for our audio when we're using Ecamm as our camera, so that we get no delay. From that cam. We can delay the audio in Ecamm, and I set up this microphone in loopback to be able to pull audio directly from Ecamm, and I'm going to show you that setting in Ecamm when we get to it. So hopefully that is useful to you. So those are the settings we select. We hit Enter Broadcast Studio. This looks familiar to you. This is exactly what you saw before, and of course, if I add myself to the stream, you'll see that black picture is there. But if I go to brand and select the overlay for Ebony, you see what that looks like. So Ebony's video would fit nicely in that square there. And, I can switch between that and Pastor Myron Edmonds or Pastor Green, and you can see what that looks like there. We load all of our content in terms of our video clips. This is the new intro. This is the new outro. These are the backgrounds. You loaded them in here. What I like about this design is that I don't have to turn off display names because the overlay is covering the display name. And so that really works well for a number of different instances. I know a lot of people always forget to turn that on or off. And so this is our design. This is our workflow. This is what we do in StreamYard. So here we are in Ecamm. And first thing I always do is make sure that my audio is set up to go to loopback. So you go up here to output, go to make sure that it's on, and I set it to Ecamm out. That's the microphone I've created in loopback. And so all my audio goes out through there. So here is our video. We do a 5-camera or 5-view shoot, 5 views. So we do that by using 2 cameras in Ecamm. We have this recording folder here at the top. And so you have a main, because that's our main camera, main zoom, side, and then both, right? So I'm gonna switch to that, and you're gonna see me here. So that's me, that's the main camera. And I use the keystrokes to do this, right? So command 1, command 2. So me, then the zoom one, and the side one that's zoomed in, and then the side one that's not zoomed in. And I can flip between those. And then of course we have the last view, which is both cameras. And so that allows us to get 5 different views from 2 cameras using Ecamm. So we record our pre-recorded content with Ecamm. I'm gonna go back to the video and scrub through here a little bit for you to be able to see where there's the both view, right? So there's the both view, and you can see, it kind of just gives a different effect to be able to swap between those seamlessly. And I love the way Ecamm does this. It really makes our pre-recorded content very engaging. In fact, we've actually had people come and ask us if they can purchase that content. So here is our main setup. Talik is running this during live production. So I recorded this during Sabbath service. This is the A10 Mini. We have both cameras. Like I said, we have 2 cameras shoot. We have both cameras connected here, and we just swap between them. When we do our live shoots with StreamYard, we use the A10 Mini. When we do our pre-recorded, we use Ecamm. So this is the back of the A10 Mini, and you can see the 2 HDMI cables plugged in here. And that's from our 2 cameras that we're using. Also, off of the back of the Mac Mini, you'll see another HDMI cable, and that goes to a large screen monitor that allows the vocalist to see what's happening and to engage with our pastor, who is in a different studio. And so we also have a number of other connections here. To go to sound, we have the Focusrite USB audio interface, and you see that USB cable comes over to it. And so these 2 on the front, XLR cables on the front, are coming from our soundboard. So we have that going to the soundboard, and these 2, of course, HDMI cables are going to our 2 Sony A7 II cameras, and they have the 28-70 lens on them. Which really gives us a really good look. Being able to zoom in and out in a scenario like this one is critical, which is why we didn't go with a fixed length lens on these 2 cameras. But these are the 2 cameras, and you're seeing how they're set up. You're seeing where our vocalist stands. Of course, the place is messy. We apologize for that, but this gives you a peek behind the veil, if you will, to see kind of what we do, how we're set up. Our sound guy, Charles Rogers, is a monster, does a great job in doing our sound. So we do have 3 RGB lights on the floor. We've got a key light, hair light, and another light just for color on the subject, on our vocalist. And then we do use this microphone. And as I mentioned, this is the view from the vocalist standpoint. This is a iPad that our audio engineer uses to control the sound in the in-ear monitors for our band. They also have iPads that can monitor that sound. Here is our drummer's setup. He has a number of microphones set up with him there. Those are Shure microphones. I'll put the names of all the equipment in the description for you. The drummer also has a TV in front of him. He's kind of outside of the room, and so that TV is connected directly to this Vixia camcorder camera, and that allows him to see the vocalist, and as she's leading, as she's making different key changes or whatever, he can respond. This is of course StreamYard command desk where Talik is, and he is working right now to run the show essentially. So good to have good help. This is our soundboard. Charles Rogers, as I mentioned, is our audio engineer, and he has a touchscreen monitor connected to his system. He's able to check all his levels, control all the sound, all the channels, every track coming into the audio system, and then all of that is piped into the Focusrite USB audio interface. And then that is taken as a microphone into StreamYard for our live sessions and into Ecamm for our pre-recorded sessions. So this is how we do it, guys. If you have questions on the audio part, I'm going to have to refer to Charles. He's a monster, and he knows his stuff, and he is happy to answer questions. He loves engaging with folks in that way. This is our pastor's studio, which is upstairs from where we are. He has a Rode shotgun mic. He's on a tripod. He has the A6400 with the Sigma 60mm lens. He's got a really cool background set up for him that was designed by Charles's wife, Asia. She did a really great job. He uses his laptop. In front of me is another large screen so that he can actually see those who, so in this case, we had a guest speaker, and so the guest speaker is speaking now. Here is one of the hair lights that we have for him, and this is how we light his room, how we set him up. He's in a totally different space than us, so he can be focused in on what he's doing, and even as he is either preaching or something else, he is focused in on that part. One more run through here for this is as we were actually live. Ebony Marks was singing, and so I'm catching a little bit of footage of Charles and the band as they are actually playing live. This is our bass guitarist. He is a guest, but you can see behind him there the iPad, and he can control how much vocals, how much keys, how much drums he has in his in-ear. This is Daniel Scott. Daniel Scott's our music director, and you can see his iPad there as well, and his laptop for the click track. He plays the keys. This is Jabari George, and he is our drummer, and you can see in the reflection of the cage there that his screen that he's able to see things. Talik Taylor is running the actual broadcast in StreamYard with the ATEM Mini switching from one camera to the next. Of course, when we do it this way, we can only do the 2 views as opposed to the 5 views we can get during our pre-recorded sessions. And here we're closing out the broadcast. AltarLive is a new platform that we've recently added to our workflow at our church. It is looking for a new way to engage your community. That's exactly what it's for. It is about church online engagement, and this is one of the views. I'm just showing you the main page, altarlive.com. You can kind of go through this yourself, but this is one of the views that's there. Our church is a highly relational place. You have people that are viewing on their laptops, but yeah, this is what it looks like when people are attending church together on the platform. And the reason why I'm showing this is a part of our production is because this is actually bolted right onto our live stream. So we don't have to stream to somewhere different. AltarLive actually grabs that live stream link that we create with StreamYard, and then it serves it up to the people who are on this platform so that they can engage around it together. They can all hear one another as well. They can hear what's happening in the service. So that's pretty good. So let's take a look in the actual account now. This is my account here. What I would need to do is just click here at the top where it says add new event, and you'd get this screen where you type in the name of the event, you type in the description, add a flyer, put in the date and time. You can also say whether it repeats. You can check that. You can go to your team. You can do viewing permission, stream, and pre-event. So I'm going to show you what I set up for our church for this coming weekend. So click on edit on this one. Gives you the same screens as you would when you're going through to create a new event. We name our church services virtual church and the date 3/27/21. We have Pastor Edwin speaking. This is a picture that I uploaded. You just click on there, click to add the picture. This is the date, March 27th. Our church service starts at 12:30, and we're currently right now not setting this up to repeat, although you could. So you see that the option is there. Here's the team. I can add team members if they've already registered on the platform. You just add them in, and then you select which ones you want to be host and make them host in the system. And you always put a greeting. So this greeting is what, as people come into Altar Live, this greeting is sent to them from the hosts. And so when they reply, it'll go to the hosts and they can begin that conversation. So the automatic greeting that kind of is set up there. Then you've got viewing permissions. Anybody can view. This is how it usually is, especially even for your church, your local church. If you were open, anybody could come in on a Sunday or a Saturday, whatever day you worship. And then there's the stream itself. So I literally just put the live stream link from YouTube where I will stream on the 27th. Put that link in here. It grabs it. You can see here it says live in 23 hours based on the time that I am recording this video. So you see that that's there. And then pre-event. These are all the different steps you'll go through to create an event. And so these are just some slides, different things that I've uploaded in the system. Welcome to the bridge, says that a couple times. The flyer or the graphic that we've created for this coming service. All of them are here. You can set the timer to be 5 seconds and it will go through those as the person is waiting for the event to start. So now that this is all done and it's set, we can save this to create the event. And in this case, of course, I'm just going to save changes, which I didn't change anything. But now I can actually click on the event and now I'm in the system. You see that I'm here in the system, and those slides, pre-event slides, are actually on the screen 5 seconds at a time. And it says to me, hey, live event will start in 23 hours and 45 minutes, 30 seconds, 29, 28, right? So you have this here. You also have the ability to watch with others. Of course, the event has not begun yet, so I'm going to have to show you some of those other pieces from clips that I did in the midweek huddle. So I'm going to show you that right now. So here we are in Altar Live. We have set it up to point to a previous church service. This was for the midweek huddle, as I mentioned, and this is during the praise and worship time. You see the 4-chair arrangements throughout the quote unquote event or main stage. Every 4 chairs is a group of people that can experience the worship service together. So whoever's in your pew, whoever's in your row, whatever terminology you want to use there, that's who you will experience with. So here I finally got one person to join me. And so we sat down together in one of those rows, and you can move from one row to the next depending on who you want to sit with. I got a second person to join me. So there are 3 of us now. And in just a second or two, I'm going to get a third person to join me. And once that person joins, that will be the maximum I can have with me, with anyone, or anyone can have. You can only have 4 people engaging around the service at a given time. You can see here on the side, on the right side of the screen, that there is a chat section as well. And you can chat directly with one-on-one direct message with people, or you can contribute to the general chat. What you just saw there was me getting up and moving to another pew and sitting down with this other person. This is David, sitting down with him. He's also watching the exact same service, same timeline. But you just hit that button on the bottom of the screen there to get or leave seat, and you can move from one pew to the next and kind of sit with other people. Maybe you're wanting to engage a little bit louder than others are willing to. So that's a option that you have in this system. So what I'm going to do now is move everyone to the lobby. So I clicked that button at the top, said yes, and it's going to give a 10-second countdown. So now that we're in the lobby, we are sitting at the same table. We have not moved. And so when it moves you from your main event to the lobby, it keeps you with the same people that you were with, which is great. Here on the screen, you're seeing the lobby in the table formats. You just click join on any one of these tables to be able to move to another table. What I also thought was cool is that we were able to name the tables, and you can get creative with that. Designating tables for greeters, for tech help, different things like that. Maybe there's a prayer table. I don't know, but I'm also getting up and I'm moving around again, just like I was in the main event, moving from one pew to another. And you can see there's an empty space where I left the other table. And so I'm sitting now with David. And we're able to sit at the table together. If I click the expand button, that will just show our table. And that's another view that you can have. You won't see the whole lobby. On the right side, again, you'll see general chat and my chats being the direct messages between me and other people in AltarLive. General is the group discussion. Everyone is involved in that discussion. Again, really cool ways to engage around, your faith community. So this is definitely something that I recommend, something that people should at least check out. I'm going to move everyone back to the event. And you'll see again, it moves us together. I'm still with David. We were sitting at the table in the lobby and it moves us back to the event together. So that's what the actual live piece looks like. And you saw some of the people there that we did the midweek huddle with. If you haven't checked out the midweek huddle, it's Wednesdays at 12:30 Central Standard Time. So come check us out. Now I'm sitting and I'm watching the main stage. And usually you would have 4 people here with you on screen, or 3 other people here with you on screen that you can be talking to while this is happening. Down at the bottom, you have your mute, your camera, and you have your settings button to change audio video. Then you can also leave seat. So when I click leave seat, then I get this view. And you can kind of, look around and see what's going on. And so that's essentially it. And so we have people engaging in this platform together to experience church together. And our live stream is what is on the main stage. So that's the whole thing. And I'm hoping that, you got some value out of this. We've shown you our full setup. We took you through StreamYard. We took you through Ecamm. We showed you our studio that's in the fellowship hall at our church. We showed you our pastor's studio. We showed you some of the equipment that we use, how it's all connected, what are the settings we choose when we go from one to the other. And we also showed you a new platform, AltarLive, and I hope some of you will check that out. And so this is our full production setup. This is everything that we do on a week-to-week basis. First and fourth weekends of the month are reserved for live. Those first and fourth are reserved for pre-recorded content. Pre-recorded content, meaning we've already recorded it and we're just going to play that video into this stream. So usually on first and fourth Sabbaths, it's just myself and the pastor in StreamYard studio, and we just get it done. Second and third Fridays, we go to the studio, we set up, we record with the lead vocalist, and those recordings are used on first and fourth. Second and third Saturdays, we go to the studio. We were there the night before. We come in the morning and we actually do praise and worship with the lead vocalist and the band live. And the pastor's, of course, in his own studio. And so this weekend, where I was showing you clips from, is one of those live weekends. So listen, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them in the comments. We want to engage with you around this content and around this concept. And again, we're really hoping to put out some more content on the channel that is specific to church media and technology, because we do feel like there is a niche there, and this is exactly what I do on a regular basis. So would love to hear from you on that. If you are new to the channel, if you have not subscribed yet, we hope that something you saw here today was useful for you, that it provided value. And if you cannot subscribe yourself, then we'd ask that you'd share it maybe with your media person at your church. Maybe there's something in there that they might find useful or helpful. But if you did find something that was valuable, we ask that you would subscribe, that you take this journey with us, that you would smash that like button, that you would hit the notification bell so you know when we go live and when we have new content. We have live shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and on Fridays. So come and join the How It All Works family. Join in on this new community, this movement that is happening, helping people to simplify live video. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, hoping that somewhere in the video today, somewhere in all of the different pieces of our church production setup, you were able to have that aha moment, see the light bulb go on, that you were able to fit those pieces together. Essentially, we're hoping that you were able to figure out how it all works. We'll see you in the next video.